Sounds like, you know, a person to follow. There, got it. Right there, text, look, you can click through the text. That's the thank you, devs. Oh, that was so frustrating. So, since my complaint earlier in the alpha was about that, and they fixed it, I will be taking down those videos because they do not apply anymore. And, you know, I had them on the forums as well. I'll be taking down those videos from the forums. I'll be taking down those highlights from the stream. Now, I mean, if you watch the stream that they were taken in, they're still going to exist. But that's why we're making this video. An appreciation. Again, this was a complaint a week ago that you couldn't click through the text. And in 1 week, they already resolved it. And I'm proud of them because, you know, this was one of my suggested things, was make it to where you can click through the text. Or, you know, do something else. I offered a few suggestions, but still, quite happy, quite proud, quite pleased. There's a lot of Q's in that. Just, I'm proud, man. You know, this is early access. It's been in early access for almost a month now. Not even a month. It came out July 10th. It's the first week of August. So 3 weeks. This has been a game with not just 2, but 3 major patches that fixed issues and complaints. And, you know, I was pretty frustrated by this. And I said, hey, you know, if I have one complaint about this game, and only one complaint about the game, it is this: when I'm traveling south and the text is limiting my capacity to walk. That is gone. They have addressed that, and they addressed that in a timely fashion. I wasn't expecting it to be fixed anytime soon. You know, I've done plenty of alphas, I've done plenty of betas. You know, sometimes patches and fixes take time. But, I mean, look at that. Look at that. It is already fixed, baby. So, those videos are going down. If you watched those videos before, then, you know, you can see how it was fixed. If you didn't watch those videos before, you're just going to take my word for it that they fixed it, man, because those videos are going down. They're not going to be available to be found on the Steam forum. They're not going to be able to be found in the highlights. If you want to go through the 35 hours of recorded video that I have of the Red Solstice just to find that, by all means, knock yourself out. But yeah, the devs fixed it. They responded to it, and I just want to say a quick thank you to them for that, because I was not expecting it to be fixed this quickly, and quite possibly I wasn't even sure if it was something they would fix at all, because the whole complaint of this was when you're playing in windowed mode, you can't toggle the screen south. You've got to play with a locked screen on your Marine, or move the cameras with the arrow keys, which I do not like doing. I'd much rather lock the screen, but I didn't want to lock the screen because I couldn't travel south because of this text box. Now I can lock my screen, travel south, not have to fiddle with the cameras, and it's all good. And so again, you know, someone does something right, you know, I will man up and say thank you. You know, I will man up and show them, hey, they did this. They do care about community feedback, and they are listening, they are responding, you know. And anytime a developer does that, you know, it's awesome. Anytime any developer responds to the community and actually listens to complaints and concerns and thoughts that people have about their game when playing their game, I mean, you know, it's awesome, because, you know, I'm an old school gamer. I, you know, can go back in time to where developers didn't listen to anybody, period. It was just their vision only. If you didn't like it, GTFO. No problem with that, you know. I'm from a time period where developers didn't care. As long as your wallet had something green in it, they didn't care. And so anytime a developer takes the time to show that they actually care and are willing to listen to their community and accept input and ideas from the community, I mean, they didn't have to. I mean, I'm playing in windowed mode. If you're playing in locked, in full screen, you don't have this issue. And how many people are actually going to be playing this game in windowed mode and not full screen? And so, was it that big of a deal that they had to listen to, someone that was going to be a small minority of the player base with having this issue? And still, just the simple fact that, it's going to be a small pool that had this problem, but the fact that in 1 week's time they fixed it, in 1 week, that's the thing that impresses me. The last week, middle of last week, was when I was complaining and put up the videos about it to show them that it was a problem and why it was a problem. And then just from that time period to now, they've already had patched it and addressed it and fixed it. I mean, that's awesome. And that happening the way it was very frustrating to me,